Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to talk about 12-step work today. And I really want to talk about it because it's changed some. And I think it might be best if we get back to how we were doing it. 12-step work used to look different. So let's kind of talk about that. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live version or the rewatch. And then if I say something you like, put up a thumb, a heart. You don't necessarily have to say anything. I might say something that you don't appreciate. Put up that mad sign. That's fine. Or something I said surprise you. Oh, use those emoticons. All right. So it is the 28th. We're almost done with March. Spring is coming. We're going to feel a little bit freer. And this is going to bring up feelings, man. This is going to do things to us. Okay. Spring fever is a thing. It's not a real disease. I convinced somebody once that it was. It was hilarious. I'm that kind of person. All right. So 12-step work. Morning, Chris. Good to see you, man. I think Chris is really going to understand what I'm talking about here. So the AA rooms, we used to have a lot more people in them, at least here in Colorado, we did. Back in the 90s, I mean, the noon meeting that I used to go to got so big in one room, it was standing room only. People were like piling through the door that we had to go get a bigger space. And even then, that circle was, man, it was like a gymnasium of people. And this is not going to be a pointing fingers here, there, what's wrong kind of a thing. It's a more of what we need to get back to, I think. We don't do 12-step work like we used to. We don't. Okay. It is a little bit different, and we do still do it, but we are not as involved as we used to be. Okay. That got taken over by detoxes and such. And we have been spoiled on that. We have been very spoiled on it. Have we not, Chris? Right? Chris remembers getting phone calls at 2:00 in the morning and going to some guy's house who was toasted off his fucking mind that just couldn't do it anymore. Okay? Staying up till 5:00 in the morning, getting that guy to detox, making sure that when he got out of detox, that he got to a meeting or to treatment. Okay? That is 12-step work. Right. Now we kind of just wait for them to come into our meetings. We're depending on the court systems. We're depending on other people to do that for us. Okay. I'm going to let you know that the people that are doing that for us are not with us. Okay. They're on a basis of money, not success. Okay. We do stuff based on success, right? That's why we have 30 days and 60 days and milestones, okay, so that we can celebrate that recovery with you as a we program. That's 12-step work, okay? Bill W. didn't have meetings, okay? He was ready to drink. He had, like a week of sobriety. I don't know how much time. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter when you get the obsession how much time you have? I don't think it does. And I know that for a fact because I've experienced it. Okay. So what did he do? He asked God for guidance and direction, and he walked into a hospital. Okay. So I am here most of the time. You guys know that. In the last 2 weeks, I've been outside. I've been left the house once. Okay. And I do 12-step work all the time. So what I do is every professional that I talk to, I tell them what I do. Okay? Every professional. And every professional that I have talked to wants our help. They just don't know how. And it's not their job to do that. It is our job to meet them. And it says so in the book. It gives us pretty clear-cut directions on how to do all of this. But I'm going to get to the reflection here too, because the reflection has a lot of cool things to say, I think. We must think deeply of all those sick persons still to come to the program. As they try to make their return to faith and to life, we want them to find everything in the program that we have found, yet more, if that is possible. If that be possible. No care, no vigilance, no effort to preserve the program's constant effectiveness and spiritual strength will ever be too great to hold us in full readiness for the day of their homecoming. How well do I respect the traditions of the program? Okay. Now, I don't want us to answer that question yet. Okay. People like Gary and I, Gary, good to see you. But Chris kind of understands it. And this is just because we've been around for a little while. I don't want you to answer that because you've kind of been set up. You've been set up to not know. Okay. Naive is a word. I'm naive about several things. I'm naive about being pregnant. I don't know how to be pregnant. I wouldn't make a very good midwife either, would I? Okay. But what I do make is a great person to help another person achieve sobriety. That I am. Okay. I think part of the problem that we have is we have a hard time. I know I did. We have a hard time accepting the fact that we are that person. Okay. And until we actually do it, you won't know. Okay. Because you can't feel the difference. You're going to be ignorant about it. Okay. Ignorant is different. It means that you're aware of it and not doing anything. No, it doesn't. Actually, I'm thinking of a different word. I apologize. Ignorance is just the same as whatchamacallit. So anyway, now that I've backtracked on myself, let's pull something out of the book. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the beginning of working with others. Practical experience shows that nothing will so much ensure immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. Nothing, absolutely nothing, so much ensures immunity from drinking as intensive work with other alcoholics. This is very specific. Okay. Work with other alcoholics. Yes, we should help anybody that comes across our path. Absolutely. But this is very specific. Okay. Yes, I love to help everyone, but drunks are my top priority for me because it's my passion. Okay. That's why I did this tricky little thing, like bring other people in with me so that if somebody comes along and says, Dion, I'm kind of an overeater, I got Gary. I love this work. So much. I do. I want to cry because I'm so fucking happy. It works when other activities fail, like drinking. All right. This is our 12th suggestion. Carry this message to other alcoholics. You can help when no one else can. You can scare their confidence when others fail. Remember, they are very ill. Okay. You can have, and Chris, you are welcome because Chris knows these rules better than we do. Okay. I don't care if you have a week, you can 12th step. Okay. The 12th step you can start doing immediately. Okay. Because it says now we're going to carry these principles and practice them in all of our affairs. You're learning those in the very beginning. Okay. And I don't know. I've seen this happen. Right? Where somebody was talking to a newcomer, and because they only had a week, quote unquote, I think that's a long time personally, they were able to help them better than somebody else because they were so much closer to where they were at. Make sense? Yeah. Birds of a feather, man. They flock together. That's how it works. And this is exactly what will happen. Even if you have a week, life will take on new meaning. Remember all that guilt and shame that you felt? Okay. For me, that was coming from the fact that I was hurting God's children, and I knew it. That's why life takes on new meaning. See, for me, it isn't about running around trying to control everything anymore. Well, now I'm just available to anybody that needs me. Unless I sleep till 3. I needed it, man. I worked my butt off this week. I got a lot accomplished this week, so I am not getting on myself about that. This is the part that I really love. This is the part that I love watching in people. To watch people recover, to see them help others, to watch loneliness vanish. I love that. Yeah. And I don't think that we're told that anymore, Chris. And Chris knows this about me, and I think Gary does too. I feel personally responsible. I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel, and no, this isn't beating up on myself, but it does help drive me to do what it is that I do. If I wouldn't have went back out, maybe it'd be different. I don't know. I know that's an egotistical statement, isn't it? But I feel bad about that. It makes me feel personally responsible. That's okay. You know what that does? It keeps me sober. Okay. I used to beat up on myself about that. Okay. And I don't anymore. What really could I have done at that time? Okay. I wasn't there for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, and I don't need to know yet. God will and I say yet because he will let me know. All right, let's get to this. To watch Loin, to see a fellowship grow up about them, to have a host of friends, real friends. This is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. Frequent contact with newcomers and with each other is the bright spot of our lives. Gary said it earlier. I'm looking forward to the noon meeting on Monday. See, Gary wasn't used to meetings till a few weeks ago when we started the ISM meeting. Okay. The ISM meeting is I, myself, and me. And everybody has that. So we come together to talk about those things that are blocking us from emotional recovery. And everybody has emotional recovery, one way or another. Right? So, as arrested alcoholics, our job is to practice these principles in all of our affairs. That means that every single person that I talk to, this is what's going through my mind. Is there something God needs to let this person know? Is there something that I can do where my intentions are pure for this person to make their life better? Sometimes that answer is going to be no. And that's okay. Okay. So what we do is we ask for God every day. Yo, dude, take away this bullshit in my mind so that I can be a better person. Right? That's really what it is. A lot of people, I pray a little bit different than people. I'm very direct. Hey, this is what I don't have a lot of the other stuff. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't like it. So I don't mind when other people do it. In fact, I find it very spiritual. Like when my brother-in-law prays. I get a lot from that. So, all right, guys, I about hit the 15-minute mark. But let's remember that. Let's get back into the hospitals. You can walk in there and ask. Okay? It's okay. They're not going to get mad at you. I promise you. Actually, yeah, Chris, we would like you there if you'd like to go. So anybody is welcome to the isms meeting. I will post it again tomorrow so everybody has it. I will be back tomorrow for a daily reflection. We are 3 days from grand opening, and we are about ready. Peace out and have a day. I love